What up? Welcome back to Cool Kid TCG. I have a matchup today of Blue Buggy versus Blue Yellow Nami. Love both these decks. I'd be playing Blue Yellow Nami if Buggy wasn't cracked right now. Also playing my good friend James. One thing I'm going to say about this game, we both make a lot of mistakes and we both play very sloppily. I don't know what we were doing. I think maybe we were having a conversation with somebody while we were playing. We weren't 100% focused on the game. I thought about not even uploading this video just because of the amount of sloppiness. I know that there'll be some comments about that. That's fine. You can criticize me as much as you want about the sloppiness. Please don't criticize my friend. He's not cheating or anything like that. We just both make a bunch of mistakes. So I just want to preface that. We lost the dice roll. We are going second. Nami's effect is 1 if he hits life or removes life in any capacity with 7 cards or less in hand, he gets to draw 1. That's the first effect. We're going to start off with a Searcher, search top 4 for a Cross Guild. We're able to grab the Croc and Mihawk. He's just reading the card. And the secondary effect is if Nami has a Dawn on it, when I attack, he can buff up to 7k. So there's already one mistake. I just added the Croc and Mihawk to the trash for some reason. Just sloppy. He adds it to my hand. He's like, hey, here you go. So he goes to his 3 Dawn turn. He looks like he's about to put 1 on leader. He's going to swing 6 life. We'll take, no trigger. And he's able to draw a card because of that. And then he's going to tap 2 for a Hiyori. Hiyori allows you to take the top or bottom life and then put 1 on the top. But he took the 3rd from the bottom. So I'm like, just want to let you know, like, that's fine. It doesn't make a difference. The card's random. But like, if you're in a tournament, like, you got to take the bottom or the top. So that was a sloppy thing. But again, yeah. It doesn't make too much of a difference, I think, in the grand scheme of things, because the card's random, we don't know. So I swing 5 life. He's thinking about whether he leader abilities, and then he goes up to 7, and then I'm going to tap 4 for a Kabaji blocker. Just play a 4 cost down and start establishing board. It's not the most ideal. That card's not going to gain blocker, and we did play a 2k down. Just reminding him what Kabaji does. It doesn't have a blocker. It's a 4k right now, but it does get an extra 6,000 power. He taps 2 for a Zeus. Zeus pops a 5 cost, but he has to take a life, so that procs his ability, so he gets to draw. And then now he's going to swing 7 life. And I'm going to take, no trigger. So one of the things I'm doing here too is I'm not playing around his leader ability. First, we're going to search 1 Galadino. But I'm not playing around his leader ability. We're going to grab the Alvida, because I want to continue with my game plan. I think my game plan just is better, like, in general. I think my deck is kind of favored a little bit. So I'm I'm taking these hits and allowing him to draw the card. Yeah, I'm not playing around him drawing the card. I'm going to tap 5, use leader ability to play Croc and Mihawk, draw 2, trash 1, and then we're going to use that to play an Alvida, draw 3, trash 2. Thinking about what the trash, we have the promo Buggy into Mihawk next turn. We're going to pitch a Crocodile. We're going to keep a Croc and Mihawk just in case we want to play a secondary one. He can proc removal multiple times. Oh, here's where I forgot to swing leader. And he's like, dude, don't you want to swing your leader? And I'm like, yeah, sorry, I forgot. Would you let me swing the leader? He says, yeah, sure, I'll let you swing the leader. And here's why, because he wants to trigger his Yori. So again, I missed a mistake. I should have just swung the 5 leader. But yeah. Next turn, we're set up to promo Buggy into Mihawk. And we can stop that Kikinoju from attacking. Here's where he's going to make a mistake too. He taps 6 for a Jozu. Well, I don't think he makes a mistake. He returns a Hiyori to hand, and I pitch a card. So he does get a card out of my hand, and he gets to return a 2k. Then he swings 6 life, we give him a 2k. 6 life, we give him another 2k. So now we go up to our 8 Dawn turn. We're going to swing 5 life. He leader abilities up to 7. And then now I think we're just going to tap 1 for a Galdino Searcher, search top 4. We can grab a 2k here. We can grab another Cross Guild Searcher. We're going to grab the Searcher just in case we want to search for a 10 cost Buggy next turn. But we're going to promo Buggy into Mihawk, draw 2, trash 1. We'll trash the 4 cost Buggy that we're not going to need. So our board's full now. We can 10 cost Buggy next turn. So as stands, and plus his Kikinoju cannot attack. As currently stands, we can bottom deck that Jozu, but he's at 9 Dawn. We'll see what he does. The Kaiju in this deck is 8 cost Kid. He taps 1 for a Law blocker, just a chump blocker. Now he's going to tap 8 for the Snake Man Luffy. I'm just reminding him that the Alvida is a 5 cost, so he can't bounce out to my hand with the leader ability or with the Snake Man effect, because Snake Man can only bounce 4 costs. So even though Alvida is a 4 cost, she's gained an additional cost. But he's going to use the ability. I think he forgets to pitch a card here, but he gets to give a Dawn to leader. Now he's going to swing 8 life and then swing 7 life. And I'm thinking about what to do. He has I'm going to give him 2 2Ks, and then he just passes. So now we're in a position where we're definitely going to Buggy, but he's got about, I think he says 8 cards in hand. The idea here is we can Buggy. I could press pretty hard, but I'm going to tap 4 for a pudding first. Let's get his hand size down. He's accumulated a huge hand size. This is my first instance of playing a pudding, I think, on stream. It's just a good card to have. I know I've talked greasy about it in the past, but I think it's actually a good card to have just as a break in case of emergency. And can help some weird matchups where their hand size gets pretty big. And his hand size was pretty big right now, and it felt like a good time to drop it. Again, I could have used those 4 Dawn maybe to swing Presser's life, but ultimately aside, I think this is a good call. I'm going to swing 5 life, and then he's going to leader effect to get it to 7. So now I'm thinking about whether I want to swing anything. I have 1 extra Dawn to play with, and I think the move here is I'm going to get a 2K out of hand, swing 8 into the Jozu, we get a 2K, and then we're going to leader ability, play the Buggy down, bottom deck his Snake Man Luffy, and pass. So he still has a Jozu swing, and he still has a chump blocker, and he's at all 10 Dawn. He's going to, looks like he's setting 2 aside, 1, and maybe probably 1 for a leader. So he puts 1 on leader, swings 6 life. Could give him a 2K, could block. Thinking about what to do, and I'm thinking about this, I can stop this swing with a 2K, and then if he swings the Jozu, I can either, so I stop it with the blocker. I could stop this with 2 2Ks, or I take the hit. But the way he's got his Dawn range with the 8, I think in a Eustace Captain Kidd's coming down, he's going to burn my last life. And if I counter out of this, I'm going to go down to 0 cards in hand. Then he's going to burn my last life, and I'm going to only have 1 card. So I don't want to go down to 0 cards in hand. So I'm going to take this hit. And then now he's able to use leader effect because of that. And now he's going to tap 8 for the Kid. He burns my last life, which was a Sables, which would have been a 6 trigger. We could have returned that Jozu back to his hand. Unfortunately, we don't get it. And then at the end of turn, he gets to cycle 1 because of Kid. So now we draw. We're down to 0 life. We do have a blocker. I don't think he has any way to rest or remove that blocker unless he red rocks it. But if he red rocks it, we have the Croc and Mihawk to protect against it. The idea here is let's swing 5 life. He uses leader ability to go up to 7. So now, he's at 2 life. We could really press him, but I don't like the idea of us pressing him, especially if he has 1 Dawn standing and he has a jump blocker. We'd have to really map everything out. So I think the idea here is let's press his board, and let's also keep 4 Dawn standing for a blocker and keep 2 blockers. So we're going to swing 9 into the Jozu. Thinking about where to swing this. I'm thinking about whether I should swing the 9 into the life, because they're both 7K. But I'm going to swing 9 into the Jozu. He gives me 2K, 1K. Now he has, I believe, 1 card in hand. So now I'm going to swing 12 into the Kid, and he just gives me the chump blocker. And then now it's a matter of I have a leader swing, and I could swing the Mihawk, but I don't think it's a good idea to swing the Mihawk. We're going to put 4 Dawn, I believe, on Buggy and swing 9 into the Jozu. And then we're able to kill that. I could have swung into the Kid, but if it's a 1K counter, I think we just lose the game. And then we're going to tap 4 for the Moji. Tell him it's a blocker, and he can draw me a card on KO. So now we have 2 blockers. He has 2 showing swings. He's going to tap 5 for a Nami blocker. Allows him to draw 3. Put 2 on the top or bottom. He's going to put 2 on the bottom. Now he's going to tap 2 for Nojiko and attempt to put that back to my hand. I'm going to pitch a card to keep it. Now he's going to swing 7 life. and I'm thinking this through. I could counter out of this, which I'm going to, and now I have no cards in hand. He's going to swing a big number, and we're able to draw a card. We're able to draw that Buggy. So we have a Buggy, and now we're about to draw for turn. So we can go for game. We have to go for game here, in my opinion. But it's just about the matter of way we want to do this. We can Buggy. We could just hard cast the Buggy and use all 10 Dawn to get rid of that Nami, or we can leader ability and keep 5. I think it's better to leader ability. We have to go all in here. We're going to leader ability, tap 5, pitch the Mihawk, play the Buggy, bottom deck the Nami, and now we have to spread our Dawn. He only has 1 card in hand, so I'm going to swing 7, because if he leader abilities, he's still going to just be at 7. Now he's at 2 cards in hand. We're going to swing 9 life. There's no way he can counter out of this. And then there's no way he can counter out of an 11k swing after this. It's just if there's a crazy trigger like Veggie or something along those lines. And there isn't, so 13 game, and we're able to get it. Ultimately, this was a sloppy game. I'll say it. I think we both made some random mistakes, like forgetting to pick up cards here and there, or just forgetting little things. But ultimately, I think it worked out. We were able to play our game. I don't think any of those little mistakes affected the outcome of the game. And again, please direct all criticisms to me, not my opponent, please. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I don't think it changes the outcome of this game. I think this is an interesting matchup where I think we have the upper hand, and we just have to continue to do our game plan, and that's it. The only way they can really affect our game plan is with a pudding, or with if they proc removal multiple times. They could do that with Nojiko and Zeus. And then maybe it could get you into a trap. Maybe they drop a Nojiko and try to bounce an Alvida to your hand, and you use leader ability, or use Croc and Mihawk's effect, and then they drop a Gravity Blade. That could be devastating. Just something to be cognizant of. I don't know if they would do that, but that's how they could get you. So I would say if they're doing something like a Nojiko or something, they're popping something you don't care about, be cognizant with your Croc and Mihawks if you only have 1 out, because you don't want a Gravity Blade coming down on you. But other than that, I think this is a good matchup for us. You could just do your game plan and we should be good to go. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Really appreciate you, and see you next time.